Cam's daughter Kate donated the beautiful Buckingham Fountain to the city of Chicago.
Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video we are heading down south from our house in Wisconsin to a boat tour at Lake Geneva, which is almost a 45-minute drive from our house, and it is almost halfway in between from Wisconsin, Waukesha, Wisconsin to Chicago, Illinois. And this is here we reached the Lake Geneva city, and we are heading towards the beach, which is also called the Riviera Beach. That's where we booked our US mail boat tour for Lake Geneva. It was a pretty cloudy day, so the beach was almost empty, but the tour boat was almost fully booked. There's still a lot of people because it was a Sunday morning. Now we're gonna head towards our boat.
Another reason you might want to stay seated is this is the available course. We start.
And you like behind each other.
All right, those are most of the rules and regulations.
Yeah.
We have other than one other thing. It
Okay.
seems like a very quiet, attentive crowd. I was a middle school teacher for 34 years. I'm not accustomed to people listening as much as they do on this boat. During the next 2.5 hours, we don't expect you to sit here in silence. But keep in mind that if you're talking loudly, someone else's ability to hear is probably going to be affected. So again, back when I was a middle school teacher, I'd remind my students to use their
My name is Kira. I'm going to be your tour guide and mail jumper for today's mail jumper tour. A little bit about myself before I do get started here. I recently turned 17 years old, and it is my 4th season working here at the cruise line. It's my 4th season jumping. Last year I was in a little bit of an injury reserve, but I am back and better than ever. I'm actually going to start the tour right away with that modern brick building behind the Riviera Beach. That is the Lake Geneva Public Library. This very style building was designed by Mr. James Dresser, a student of the famous architect Frank Lloyd Wright. The property along the shoreline is known as Library Park, but in its place.
In this video clip you can see the jumper is standing outside the boat, and then she's gonna jump and deliver the mail and then come back on the boat.
coming back. And she did it. Yay! Now, so far throughout the tour, all the homes and estates we pointed out have either been lost to subdivision or fire, but old home with a red roof and red chimneys. This is known as Black Top. It was built in 1881 for John, modernizing to its current one-story.
This is how the whole first floor looked like, and now we were heading upstairs, and this is like the back of the boat, which had a small built-in bar, and there was a bartender there as well, and some snacks. And on the top deck it was all open air, and you would get a much better view of all the mansions and summer homes. Everybody in these summer homes had their own docks and their own boats parked there, and the tour people would like tell about the whole history of all the summer homes when they were first built, and what changes they went through, what transitions happened. Most of the homes here were built in 1800s and 1900s by the industrialists and business owners from Chicago.
As BMO Harrison. From 1920, it was purchased by Walden W. Shaw, founder of the Yellow Taxi Cab Company, and renamed Stanley. By the 1930s, it was owned by Shaw's son-in-law, Daniel F. Peterkin Jr., who was president of Morton Gulf. It remained in the Shaw-Peterkin family for about 80 years before it was sold to a wholesale hardware distributor whose company is today known as True Value Hardware. Since the contractor Richard Suter was busy building those last two large homes we saw, plans for this home fell a little behind schedule. So Mr. Suter went over to Delavan, Wisconsin. He borrowed a 3-ring circus tent from P.T. Barnum Circus, had that put up on site and heated through the dead of winter. So that these modern homes on the ridge up ahead of us, set up above a flat lawn, is an old mansion with a red roof and white columns known as Bonnie Bray. Bonnie Bray was built in 1881 for Judge Thomas F. Withrow and named for his daughter Bonnie. In 1897, Bonnie Bray was purchased by Mr. and Mrs. Martin A. Ryerson. The Ryerson family was in the lumber and steel business and had the good fortune of owning one of the only lumber yards to survive the Great Chicago Fire. Through the years, the Ryersons were very generous supporters of many of Chicago.
Next up, we've got a home that's in pretty good shape today, but when I started working here back in the 1980s, Alta Vista was falling apart. We thought they were going to tear it down, but a new owner came in, did a beautiful job of restoring this grand mansion. It was built in 1919 for William Palouse. He owned the Palouse Scale and Balance Company. For many years, he supplied every scale used by the U.S. Postal Service. In later years, the Vick family lived there. They founded Vick's Pharmaceuticals. If you ever took a big cough drop or cough syrup to clear your throat, you ever get Vick Gallo to get right past the end of the Piers. So to deliver to Piers 89, 90, and 91, we got Pier off. He works on her track skills here. And we're going to pick her up here a couple piers down the lake here at Pier 91, the one with the yellow and white stripes. If you cheer on a little bit, folks, it doesn't hurt, you know.
So this is actually the only place that wasn't somebody's mansion. It was a Lake Geneva Country Club.
Now this large stone building on the bluff that we are approaching is the clubhouse of the Lake Geneva Country Club. Currently looking at the back of this building, as the front of this building faces the intelligence, detail, and purposes in the United States. The club was established back in 1895, making one of the oldest golf courses in the Midwest, still on its original site. Now this club is only open May through October and is still a very private country club with a small membership limited to about 220 members and their families. Most of those families have been with the club for 6 years.
It was very much windy and much more colder on the upper deck as compared to the lower one. And after a few minutes, Ziana was covering herself to prevent all the wind. There was this mansion where the owner was dressed up as Santa Claus to pretend that where Santa Claus would spend his summer while he's off work. That was interesting for kids to watch.
Might be appropriate.
And now we're heading back
Hope you enjoyed the ride.
to the Riviera Beach and parking at the dock. Inside the building there were some shops for like snacks and ice cream. And we got ice cream from there. It was really good.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Did you get the pictures you needed up there?
Yeah.
Okay.
We finished off the day by getting ice cream from a shop inside the Riviera Beach building. It was delicious. The kids enjoyed it by the fountain. So this is the end of my video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.